Let's look at the border. Let's look at crime. Let's look at the causes they get behind a demoralized society, like sexualizing children and transitioning and mutilating children at 8, 9 years old, supporting a war in Ukraine, sending our tax dollars, draining our strategic oil reserves, draining our military stockpiles. And these people are taking money, as the document shows, to make decisions in the favor of someone else's interest that is not in this country. You have a whole bunch of people who conspired together to protect this person, Joe Biden, who is now making decisions without Congress, signing executive orders that have literally fucked our country. And by the way, who do we think is in Joe Biden's ear? What we got, bro?
Dude, there's a lot.
Is there?
There's a lot.
I'm busy, man. But I did see. I'm not gonna ruin the surprise.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Because I keep ruining it because I'm, you know.
Hey, listen, when you're good, you're good.
You know, it is what it is.
But like traditionally, guys, with our CTIs, you know, Andy does not get a chance to, you know, see or, you know, dive into any of the topics that we have on the episode. It's kind of just the raw, organic reaction.
Yeah.
But we got some good stuff in here, man.
We got some good ones for me?
There's some good ones.
No, say the line.
I got some good ones for you.
All right. All right, let's go.
Guys, remember, if you want to see any of these articles, pictures, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You can find them linked there. But before we get into our first headline, I don't know if you've seen this. It's making news. It's kind of everywhere, all over. Proud Boys. They all. So the headline reads: Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, 3 others guilty on January 6th seditious conspiracy. This is trending right now, all over. Everybody's talking about it. Didn't know if you got a chance to see this or not.
I hadn't.
Yeah. So this is Washington Post posted this article. It reads: Former Proud Boys chairman Henry Enrique Tarrio and 3 other members of the extremist group were found guilty Thursday of seditious conspiracy in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. A jury deliberated for 7 days in Washington before finding Tarrio, 29, and the others guilty on 31 of 46 counts. The jury handed down the guilty verdicts on 4 counts and returned to deliberate on the remaining 11 counts. The result was another decisive victory for the Justice Department in the latest of 3 seditious conspiracy trials held after what is called a historic act of domestic terrorism. Over nearly—
How many years did the old lady get that was like, you know, posing with the sign?
Oh, like the old school teacher,
the 90-year-old lady, or like any of the other people that were toured through the facilities.
Dude, this whole thing is really disturbing for me, right? Apparently, it took them 30 hours over the course of 7 days to kind of, you know, deliver these verdicts, right? Now, one thing that I found interesting was that the defense attorneys for Tarrio, they were basically saying that, like, you know, hey, like, our guys didn't do this. They were, you know, trying to push the blame off on Trump. Everybody was trying to shed the blame, you know. But one of the things that that were brought up was, you know, this piece right here in the article that says defense lawyers say the government's theory that Tarrio and his co-defendants could be held criminally liable for using other rioters as, quote, tools of violence could be applied to many others who weren't near the Capitol that day, referencing how our nation burned for the last 3 years in many major cities on what many were trying to call peaceful protests, right? Like we've seen the headlines all over the place. 93% of Black Lives Matter protests have been peaceful, the report finds, right? When in reality, the riots that, you know, were stemmed just from the death of George Floyd are estimated to cost about $2 billion in mostly peaceful things.
And how many people died in those protests?
A shit ton.
Okay, and how many people died in J6?
1.
And who killed her?
A U.S. Capitol police officer.
So the government killed someone.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing, and like you don't see, you know, you see the Proud Boys, you see the Oath Keepers, right? They're listing these people as domestic terrorists. BLM has not been listed as domestic
They're listing everybody who's a patriotic American, who stands for red, white, and blue, who fucking believes in freedom, who speaks out against their bullshit as a domestic terrorist. They put Mike Glover on the fucking domestic terrorist list after he's been a proud serving member of the United States government and military for literally his whole fucking life. These people are pieces of shit. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean,
these guys got to go to sentencing now?
Yeah, there'll be sentencing. I'm sure there'll be. I'm sorry. One more piece that I thought was absolutely crazy. In the article, it says like there's no evidence, right? Which is why there's conspiracy. You charge conspiracy when there's actually no physical proof, right? But the article it continued to said, but U.S. prosecutors have not produced any smoking gun evidence explicitly tracing the actions of any of the Capitol violent actors to Trump or his advisors, which is what their entire argument for charging the Proud Boys was based on.
Yeah.
You know, like that's seditious conspiracy, right? But there's no evidence that there was coordination between the two at all.
So they convicted these guys with literally no evidence?
You know, so I'm sure this will probably get appealed or at least attempted to get appealed. I'm sure they will file for it. I'm not sure if it will get appealed or overturned because we know how our justice system is and there's people bought and
You know,
paid
it's
for
interesting
everywhere.
that the Proud Boys are talked about as like these extremists and these
I remember when they first came out and they were called white supremacists.
Dude, the guys aren't even fucking white. Half of them. Bro, they're like, look, dude. What are they doing to Antifa? What happened to the 200 Antifa members that raided the police station in Atlanta?
Right.
What happened to
the ones that are burning down fucking churches?
Okay, right. We have a clear double standard of reality in the justice system. And so I think more importantly, it's not how much evidence do they have, it's who is running the court. Who's the judge? Who's the jury? Where do they come from? Because if these people were judged by a jury of their actual peers, people who had similar beliefs, they would absolutely not be found guilty of fucking anything. What do you guys expect? Do you expect Black Lives Matter and Antifa to be able to run free in the fucking country, terrorize people, burn shit down, fucking try to kill regular people and actually kill them, okay? And nobody's going to do anything about it? These motherfuckers were trying to do something to actually just at least keep the peace.
Well, that
now
is,
I'm not familiar, DJ, with like their values or what they believe. I actually don't think I know anybody that's in the Proud Boys, but I know people that do know people in the Proud Boys, and the people that I do know people that are Proud Boys are people that I respect, and they have told me that these people are just patriots. They are just fucking able-bodied men who were tired of seeing the country burn and these fucking real terrorists fuck with regular people in regular cities and all over the country and said, enough, we're going to show up and we're going to beat their asses when they do this shit. What the fuck do you expect to happen? That is what should happen.
That's what they wanted to happen.
That's not what I don't care if that's what they wanted to happen. Of course that's what they want to happen. That's what should happen. The only thing needed for evil to win is for good men to do nothing. And the fact that they can't produce any evidence for this, bro, then who's next?
Right.
Who's next? So is Joe Rogan next? Am I next? Who's next? Are you next for fucking celebrating 4th of July? You see what I'm saying? Are you next for running your HOA and having everybody fly the American flag in your neighborhood? Mm-hmm. Who's next? This ain't fucking freedom anymore, man.
And that's the thing, like that is the clear double standard, right? Like it's like your extremism is not okay, but ours is.
That's right.
And like, okay, if we had what would be fair and non-biased.
It's not even extremism, DJ.
Yeah, that's that. I'm using their terms, right? Like you know, people showing up at our cap. Like I've even seen people will argue, oh, well, that's a federal courthouse, and you know, BLM destroyed public property. Well, that's our fucking capital. Right? Our taxes go to fund that just as much. Like that is public, right? You know, but like, you know, if it was just a fair and unbiased, you know, heavy hand on all of it, I would be less upset about it, right? Like if we're taking the Proud Boys and we're also taking care of BLM and Antifa fucks, right? Like, cool, no problem.
At the same standard.
At the same exact standard, cool. No extremism. That's fine. But this is a clear bias, you know?
I don't see it as extremism.
No, and
I see it as the result, the natural order result of extremism.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, so we'll see. This just came out. I mean, literally a couple hours ago. So I mean, we'll see what comes of it.
Well, dude, what I mean, at what point are we going to truly understand that they have weaponized every single fucking system against patriotic Americans? Like, this is insane shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, they are labeling people who see wrong in the world and who show up and say, we're not going to have that. You protest peacefully, shout, scream, all that shit, cool. Nobody cares. That's acceptable. That is peaceful protest.
Right.
Run down the street, do your chants. However, that's called protesting, and that's peaceful protesting. What is not peaceful protesting is burning down private property, people getting shot, people's businesses being looted. That's not peaceful protesting. And so do we really want to live in a country where men will stand by and allow that to happen? Because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're so far off track, we're going to put those men in jail for doing that. Now, like I said, I don't know their manifesto or their motto or their fucking purpose, but from what I've been told, these are just patriots, dude. These are people who see what's going on in the world. They're like, fuck, dude, this can't happen. I don't see the Proud Boys out aggressively taking action. I see them as a response to the
aggression.
Yeah, which comes from the far left Antifa fucks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was the militant black crowd as well, but that crowd has started to wake up and realize, fuck, I ain't with these Antifa fuckers.
No.
And I ain't with these guys in the government either.
No.
Which I think is amazing. That's what we need to have happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the Proud Boys are going around the fucking strip clubs and letting strippers fucking dance in front of, little kids and shit.
No, they're not gathering, all their friends and having 13-year-old girls come and dance for them.
They're not attacking Planned Parenthoods.
They're not blowing up churches. They're not mass shooting Christians in churches.
Just saying. Guys, tell us what you think. What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. Are these extremists? Do you guys see it how we see it? Let us know in the comments, man. I just wanted to bring that up because, like I said, it's been trending.
Bro, if we allow this to happen, we have to be very cognizant that eventually this sort of thing is going to come to your doorstep. Because dude, the scale slides.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're starting with these guys. These guys are willing to put on kits, go out and, literally have to fight these people if they have to. All right. But once they eliminate those guys, who do they come for next? They come for the next level of, aggression, which they are deeming speech.
Right.
Which means those of you who speak out, just like me, they're going to be at your door because we're allowing them to take this. We have to wake the fuck up here, dude. And we have to go to bat for the people who are unjustly prosecuted for things that there's no evidence of. Just because these dudes were at J6 doesn't mean shit. Just because anybody was at J6 doesn't mean shit. J6 has been proven to be a fucking fraud by most accounts. The only people saying that it was actually a terror attack are the people who fucking allegedly perpetrated the attack.
Exactly. Or did things intentionally to fucking escalate it. Like not have the proper security protocols in place before it.
Pelosi intentionally fucking said no to that.
Yeah.
You know who wanted it?
Trump.
That's right. Trump asked for it and Pelosi said no.
Yeah.
And then most of the camera footage is not available.
Yeah.
So I think most people are understanding this is a fucking psyop bullshit for optics. And now they're actually taking people's lives away for it. I mean, dude, we got to draw a line somewhere.
100%. Do you remember AOC's fucking...
I was in fear for my life. She wasn't even in the fucking building. I was hiding in the bathroom with my head.
I heard them come in the door.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I was hearing their white supremacy chants. Yeah. Big booty Latinas, where you at?
Yeah, right. She wasn't even in the fucking building. But dude, I don't know, man.
Like, dude, this shit's absurd. And now we're talking about sending people to fucking prison for a long fucking time because they're patriots and they show the fuck up. If you can't understand that is intended to intimidate people like us from being vocal, taking action, getting involved, and actually giving a fuck about this country like we should, you're missing the whole play. This is an intimidation play.
Yeah, it's criminalizing.
This is what we'll do to you if you fucking resist this shit. And that's why Antifa can go around the country, these little skinny fucks who have never been accepted to they don't even understand what they're fighting for, okay? They are the fascist arm of the fascist. And they call themselves anti-fascists. And they can't even understand it. Like, you're fighting for the people that you claim to hate.
Yeah, man.
So, dude, so if you challenge those people or you stand up to them, you're going to go to prison? What's that tell you, dude?
Well, I should have told you.
That's the only thing keeping these people fucking on the earth.
Yeah.
That's the only thing keeping these people on the earth, bro. If there was equal justice right now, those Antifa guys would be, they would be so fucking afraid to come out and do what the fuck they do, because good men would fucking ruin them. And it's not happening because they're doing things like this to intimidate good men into, submission.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, even take it back to 2020, bro. Like, when we couldn't go to a fucking restaurant that had over 25% occupancy because of COVID and, safe distancing and shit, but we could have fucking protests of thousands of fucking people, and that's completely fine because of what, like,
there's no COVID at the
BLM protest.
There's 100,000 protests.
Yeah, no,
there's no COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, people are full of shit, bro. And then they laugh about it. Remember the state dinner the other night? I talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. With
you guys should go watch that video.
Yeah.
You should go watch the video where the comedian starts laughing about how when Trump's raid happened for his documents, the FBI went and like it was a big ordeal. And then they find out Biden has documents and they try to sweep it under the rug. And then everybody laughs. Like they're all laughing. Biden's laughing. Kamala's laughing. Fucking Mike Pompeo's laughing. They're all fucking laughing. They're all fucking laughing. So they're all complicit in the double standard that's happening in society. If you guys can find that video, you should go watch it because it will make your fucking blood boil if you even have an ounce of patriotic belief in your system.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Well, that's Proud Boys, guys. Let us know what you think again. Drop
Is
them down
that fucking Charlie Sheen up there in the front, bro? You see that motherfucker?
Come on, this guy right here?
Yeah. That's like Charlie Sheen a little bit.
I could see it.
That's Charlie Sheen's fucking double. That's Charlie Sheen post drugs.
I'm about to say, that's good, Charlie Sheen.
No. That's after the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie Clean.
Yeah. No shit. All
right, guys. Well, let's get into this, man. Let's get going on C.T.I. We got our first headline. Our first headline reads, U.S. Navy hires active duty drag queen to be face of recruitment drive. This is a New York Post article. Let's dive into it. The U.S. Navy invited an active duty drag queen to be a, quote, digital ambassador as part of a recent drive, quote, to attract the most talented and diverse workforce and combat plunging recruitment. Yeoman, second class, Joshua Kelly, who identifies as non-binary, was appointed as the first of 5 Navy digital ambassadors in a pilot program that ran from October to March. Kelly, whose stage name is Harpy Daniels, has shared their journey on TikTok and Instagram, where they described how they began performing on board and became an advocate for people who, quote, were oppressed for years in the service. Quote, thank you to the Navy for giving me this opportunity. I don't speak for the Navy, but simply sharing my experience in the Navy. Hoo-yah, and let's go slay, they added. Now, here's an image of Seaman Kelly. Here's also an image of Seaman Kelly. Another image of Seaman Kelly. Right? Now, we have a mutual friend, Andy. He's actually been on the show. And he had something to weigh in on this, because he was in the Navy, right? This headline reads, Navy SEAL who helped kill bin Laden fuming over drag queen ambassador. I can't believe I fought for this bullshit. So a decorated Navy SEAL who was a part of the mission that killed Osama bin Laden, we should clarify, he shot Osama bin Laden in the face 3 times.
No, thrice.
Has spoken out against the Navy's new drag queen recruitment program, saying, quote, I can't believe I fought for this bullshit. Former U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6 member Robert J. O'Neill took to Twitter Wednesday morning to share his disapproval of the Navy's hiring of an active duty drag queen to help recruit, quote, the most talented and diverse workforce for the military branch. Here's his statement. It says, quote, all right, the U.S. Navy is now using an enlisted sailor drag queen as a recruiter. I'm done. China is going to destroy us. You got this, Navy. I can't believe I fought for this bullshit. Rob O'Neill's a great guy. We both know him. Super awesome dude.
Known him for a long time.
I think he's pretty credible to have a voice or opinion or any type of say when it comes to military service, especially a branch that he belonged in. O'Neill, who was self-credited with delivering the fatal blow to bin Laden during the May 2nd, 2011 raid in Abbottabad, Pakistan, has published 2 books since leaving the military in 2014. O'Neill's comments were met with a mixture of reactions, some siding with the Silver Star recipient, while others labeled him a hypocrite.
What, did he dress up in drag? we not know something, Rob?
I mean,
you got something to tell us, buddy?
He is saying the front towards the enemy. I mean, I don't know. Now, here's an interesting thing. So I actually have a source who I know personally, and I was told from the source, and I should say this, my source actually serves with Seaman Kelly. This gentleman, I'm pulling back up here. And I sent him this article, not knowing that there was even a connection, right? And I want to read his reaction. Quote, you know what crazy is? I've met that dude, and I know another person who is also trans in the Navy, and the Navy fucking paid for the transition. So we're using taxpayer DOD dollars to put this shit out in our own fucking military. In our own military. He says, I got no words, is what he's saying. Now, Mr. Kelly did respond to it.
Yeah, this is great.
This headline says, hey, quote, haters only hate when we're winning. Drag queen recruited by Navy to front recruitment campaign hits back at critics and says she doesn't give a fuck about their views. So Yeoman Second Class Joshua Kelly, whose stage name is Harvey Daniels, posted a new TikTok video on Tuesday, lip syncing to singer Jared Leto's response about his inspiration for an outfit on the red carpet, in which he says it was basically "I don't give a fuck," an acronym for "Don't give a fuck." The video came as it emerged. She was one of only 5 active sailors to participate in the Navy's Digital Ambassador Program in its efforts to reach a younger audience. Now, I think that's important. I think that's important because there's a common trend with this bullshit. We see it all the time.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When he says we're winning, what are you winning at?
Yeah,
hold on. What's the battle going on?
Yeah, exactly. What's the war? That's what.
Where are you winning? You understand?
I get it.
So that implies that there's a specific outcome.
Yeah. What's the
outcome?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just give YMCA vibes. Andy, what do you got on this? I also sent my guy.
Look, I see this. I don't see. Look, dude. We got to start looking at these things from a strategic standpoint. This is not about drag queens. This is not about trans people. This is not about anything other than they're trying to intentionally slow the recruitment of the military and then weaken the amount of candidates, the quality of candidates in the military to weaken our only defense that we have to defend us, our country, our land, our people, our economy, our families. They're trying to intentionally weaken it by slowing down applications and recruitment while also making it legitimately weaker by bringing in people who are not testosterone-filled men who can handle dirty fucking jobs. It's people who think the only thing in the world that matters is their fucking TikTok and then what rights they have to be themselves when the job is not to be yourself. The job is to defend our fucking country. So, I don't want to hear about oppression in the service. I don't give a shit, bro. You're signing up to fucking defend our country and do missions for our country. That is a job. And this flows over into every fucking career field. Your fucking ability to be yourself makes me, I do not give 2 fucks, bro. Can you do the job or can you not do the fucking job? And that's all we should be concerned about with our military. And right now, we're not. And anybody who knows fucking anything knows that this move slows recruitment. This move keeps able-bodied men out of the military. You heard Rob O'Neill say it. Fuck it, I'm done. What do you think all the other good men are saying right now? Fuck that. That's dangerous, bro. And it's consistent with what I've been telling you over and over and over and over and over again, which is the people in charge of our country are bought and paid for by foreign countries and are making moves strategically to weaken our country, to position us to be conquered. This is exactly what is going on. I am 100% confident in that. There's plenty of evidence to show that. And it's only a matter of time before I'm posting that meme in my fucking story at night when I say, I fucking told you again. But only this time it's going to be, eventually the story is going to be China invades the United States. Like when the fuck?
Navy can't respond. Yeah.
It's going to be too late.
Yeah.
And you know why they're able to do it? Because good people are too scared to speak the truth. Good people are too scared to say exactly what they believe. And the reason they're too scared is because of the first topic that we covered, because there's an inequality in the enforcement of the law. The DOJ, the FBI, the CIA have all been weaponized against a certain segment of society where they are held to one standard, while these people who are quote unquote progressive and are with the Democratic Party and Joe Biden and all these fucks who have taken money, proven to be taking money, okay, from other countries for the implementation of different policy. This just came out. Do you have this in the show today? It came out yesterday.
Which part?
The part about Merrick Garland fucking, the guy, a document. Oh. Okay, good.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it needs to be in the show because it proves what I've been saying. And so I see this for exactly what it is. And it's important that everybody else does too. This is not about trans. This is not about drag queens. This is about strategically weakening our armed forces so that we cannot defend what the fuck we have to defend, and we can't do our jobs, and we're more vulnerable and exposed, not just economically, not just culturally, but also militarily. That's what it's about. Yeah. That's my take, bro. I don't see it any other way. That's the only thing. Like, you're reading all this shit, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't about that.
No. And I mean, and further to that point, though, right? Like, Joshua Kelly isn't doing it, right? Like, I don't think he understands that, like, that's the plan, right? Like, I'm sure he just wants to shake his ass and dress up. But it's the people that are pushing this, that are opening and creating the fucking environment for this to fucking develop. That's who the problem is.
How can we keep strong, able, military-age, testosterone-filled males who do the hardest jobs in the world? Like, how can we keep them out of the military? Fuck, I got a great idea, bro. You know what we could do? We could make drag queens the fucking face people for our military. That'll keep them out.
Yeah.
That'll do what we need them to do. You understand? This is what we're dealing with. It's not a fucking accident. This is not, they're stupid. This is not, they're progressive, and this is just the way of the world. No. This is an intentional strategic decision to fucking weaken our military. And it should scare the fuck out of every single American in this country.
Now, let me ask you this, though, Andy, right? Like, because I feel like this actually goes along the lines of cancel culture also, right? Like, where we are allowing them to use their own fucking tools that they've created against ourselves, right? Like, so is the response not to join the military? Is the response to get out? Like, how do you, like, what is the solution on that end?
Look, man, I don't know. I think the solution right now for every single person listening to the show is to speak out for what the truth actually is, and to stop being afraid, and to stop letting them use political correctness as a weapon against your truth and what you observe in reality. Yeah. Stop letting them convince you that there's some sort of nobility to staying silent. The biggest scam ever pulled in this fucking country are these social movements that get us to do what they want us to do. Cancel culture, political correctness, silent majority, right? Don't say this. The worst thing that you can do for the last 15 years is offend somebody. Bro, fuck you. I don't give a fuck if you're offended. I don't give two fucks. I don't even give one fuck. I don't give any fucks. All right? Being offended by the truth is a you problem. That is not a me problem. That doesn't mean me reserve the truth of the matter so it doesn't hurt your fucking feelings. Because what that does is that produces a situation where people don't know what the truth actually is. And so now people are taking actions in an environment that is outside of the actual reality. And those actions cause massive damage on the inside of reality because they misinterpret the whole game. This is why people are wasting their whole entire lives. Like, they indoctrinate these kids, right, that come through the school system. Bro, you'll never be anything because you're black.
Yep.
You'll never be anything because white people are racist. Oh, you're white? you're automatically racist. You should feel guilty your whole life about being white. You're black. You don't have any hope. You know what? We're going to give you trophies the whole time you're going to school for showing up. We're going to pass you because, if we don't pass you, it's definitely racist. All right. We're going to put you out in the world without teaching you anything about personal finance. We're going to put you out in the world without teaching you about competition. We're going to put you out in the world without teaching the rules of the game. And then when you're totally pissed off and you want to shoot up the whole entire world, we're going to present you with an alternative level of government called communism, where you think that everybody else owes you shit because you were treated unfairly. No, you were taught unfairly. You were indoctrinated unfairly. The world's not unfair. The world is what the fucking world is and what it always has been. You were taught a different set of rules intentionally to handicap you for your entire life. That should piss you off at them, not the people who recognize reality for what it is and operate within those fucking boundaries. Okay, so we're talking about total psychological manipulation to the fucking entire country for their power structure and their ability to hang on to power. That's what we're talking about. These people are bought and paid for by many different groups, and they pass legislation that serves those interests instead of the interests of the American people. They are intentionally self-destructing the country. And if you look at it, and you look at any single thing going on right now, whether it be Ukraine, whether it be the border, whether it be the crime, whether it be fucking any of it. The banks, okay? It's all accelerating. And do you think that they are wanting it to accelerate? Because if they didn't want it to accelerate, wouldn't they make a bunch of different moves?
To make it stop?
At what point do we draw the line and say, oh shit, they're actually doing this on purpose? And actually conclude what that means. What does that mean? If we have government officials and political officers who were elected to serve the United States of American people, we the people, they were elected to serve you, and they are taking money from a foreign government or a foreign interest to make policy decisions that are favorable to those foreign governments. What does that mean? What does that mean? Because to me, you know what it means? It means we're fucking occupied. That's what it means to me. I don't really know how you could see it any other way.
I mean, I'm going to read this. I sent this to you in your DMs. Congresswoman Louis Frankel sold First Republic Bank. These are talking about stocks. She sold stocks of First Republic Bank in March before the stock dropped 80%. After she sold First Republic, she bought JP Morgan Chase, which just bought First Republic. She clearly had inside information, right? And guess what just happened? You talk about the shit speeding up. Just what just happened again today. Another bank is now down under. That's 3. 2 in a fucking week.
It's going to accelerate. It's going to get worse. Listen, dude. Listen. Actually, I want to see what other topics you have.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm going to go right into them. So let's go ahead and move on.
Let's knock it out. I'm with you. That was headline number 1, guys. Moving right along. Headline number 2. Headline number 2 reads, Russia blames U.S. for alleged Putin drone assassination attempt.
What'd I fucking text you? What'd I text you the second you showed me that? What'd I say?
I bet you $1,000 that those are U.S. drones. That's what you texted me.
That's exactly what I said. The minute DJ sent me the clip, he said, this is yesterday morning. I was upstairs doing my reading. You got here. You said, hey, did you see what happened at the Kremlin? And I said, no, what? And you said, what'd you say?
I said, did you see that Ukraine tried to assassinate Putin last night? You said, no. I said, used 2 drones, tried to fly right into the Kremlin. You said, that's going to be a problem. I said, massively. And you said, bet you $1,000 they were U.S. drones.
Put that fucking screenshot in the motherfucking show.
I got you. Wait, do they have to see what your name is?
No,
in my context?
Keep the wiener pics out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nobody's business but ours, bro. Yeah.
I'm just gonna black it out. You
Yeah,
with my black book sources.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. don't put the wiener pics in there.
Yeah, so let's dive into this.
This
man.
is a PG-13 show.
Right. Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that, but it's something.
Language advisory.
Viewer discretion is advised. So this article reads, Russian leaders are speculating that the U.S. is behind the alleged attack on President Vladimir Putin's life. The Kremlin claims a drone attempted to assassinate Putin on Thursday, originally speculating it was an attack by Ukraine forces. Quote, "We know that often it isn't even Kyiv that determines the target, but Washington," Dmitry Peskov, press secretary of the president of the Russian Federation, said at a briefing, according to Moscow Times. He continued, quote, "It's very important that Washington understands that we know this and understands how dangerous such direct involvement in the conflict is." They also called, this headline reads, Russia's former president, Dmitry Medvedev, calls for Vladimir Zelensky to be killed. This is a big deal, okay? Ex-President Dmitry Medvedev, who is now a top security official, called for the, quote, "physical elimination of Zelensky" in a Telegram post on Wednesday following the purported Ukrainian drone attack on the Kremlin. Quote, "After today's terrorist attack, there are no options left but the physical elimination of Zelensky and his clique," Medvedev wrote. The former president noted that Zelensky was not necessary for Ukraine's, quote, "unconditional surrender." He continued saying, quote, "Hitler, as we know, didn't sign a surrender agreement either. There will always be some replacement, like figurehead President Admiral Donitz," referring to the German admiral who briefly was head of state after Hitler. Quote, "The president has not suffered in this terrorist attack," the embassy said on Telegram. Quote, his working schedule remains unchanged and follows its ordinary course. Russia said its military and state security service used radar systems to disable 2 drones on the Kremlin grounds without causing any casualties or damages. Here's the video for you guys of the actual attack.
Their missile defense shoot it down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, this headline, White House slams Russia for saying U.S. orchestrated Putin's assassination attempt. John Kirby hits back at, quote, lying Kremlin's ludicrous claims Biden administration was behind the Kremlin kamikaze drone attack. John Kirby, the spokesman for President Joe Biden's National Security Council, accused Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov of lying and described the claim as ludicrous. Quote, there is a word that comes to mind that I am not appropriate to use on national TV, Kirby told CNN Caitlin Collins when she asked about the charge. Quote, "I would just tell you Mr. Peskov is lying. It's a ludicrous claim. The United States had nothing to do with this." Okay. And he continued, quote, "I can assure you the United States had no role in it whatsoever." He continues, says, quote, "We don't endorse, we don't encourage, we don't support attacks on individual leaders," he said. A day after Russia blamed Ukraine for the alleged drone strike on Putin's Kremlin residence, the furious officials sought to shift the focus on the U.S. by claiming Washington had ordered the attack. Now, the U.S. is saying they had no warning of these attacks, right? Zelensky's denying it all the way around, okay? In fact, not only are they just trying to, deny it and play it down, they're trying to say that Russia staged it. This headline reads, "Russia staged Putin assassination to justify mass mobilization." Okay. In a report that was that came out by.
Well, listen, that's a possibility.
It is a possibility.
Yeah.
It is a possibility. Now, let's paint some pictures though, okay? Because I feel like we've seen this before, right? Back in September, there was the Nord Stream pipelines blew up.
Yeah.
And I remember when that came out.
What did I say when that came out?
Oh, that was the U.S.
Oh, yeah. I think I said that right away. And I think, I don't know, half of you on the show fucking said, "Oh,
fuck you.
What are you fucking
propagandist?
Putin lover?
Yeah, right.
What are you, a fucking Putin puppet?"
Yeah, right. Right. I actually like that.
All right, bro.
That nickname.
I'm sorry your brain doesn't work.
Just saying.
Can't help it.
Just saying. So I remember being told this exact same story.
Life must be hard.
It wasn't us.
Yeah.
We didn't do it.
Yeah.
Didn't have any.
7 months later.
You're just consuming too much propaganda.
Yeah, man. It's that tinfoil shit, bro.
Matter of fact, it wasn't
You know
us.
what? You've been listening to way too much Real AF, dude. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we know it wasn't us, but it was somebody else. It was a pro-Ukrainian movement, right? All for it to just come out that it was fucking us.
These are the actual headlines from that time. Hold on, go back. These are the actual headlines from the fucking the pipeline.
October
if you think
11th.
the U.S. blew up Nord Stream pipeline, you're consuming too much propaganda. That's to all you guys listen to the show.
Yeah.
Intelligence suggests pro-Ukrainian group sabotages pipelines, and U.S. officials say.
How America took out the Nord Stream pipeline. It's beautiful.
Bro, listen.
It's
this
beautiful.
is going to be the same shit.
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
I guarantee it, man. I don't know. I think either way it goes. I mean, here's the thing. If Russia did do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this was a stage thing, it doesn't really matter because here's why. The United States have involved ourselves directly into a proxy war where we are the number one supporter of this nation. We have been there since day one.
Not only that, we're funding the entire thing.
1,000%.
None of the other European countries are even fucking giving them shit.
Nobody.
We're giving them all this money and then all these weapons. And guess who doesn't have the money or the weapons anymore? See, Americans are under the illusion that we just have unlimited military power.
We got these. We got drag queens.
Well, we got an unlimited amount of those, apparently.
Yeah. Dude,
look, bro, listen.
It ain't good.
Now, listen, dude. You want me to fucking tell you what I think is going on? Of course you do. That's why you're on the show. Here's what actually is going on. All right? This shit's falling apart. Joe Biden is about to be caught. They're about to indict Hunter Biden. All right?
I got that.
Okay. We're going to talk about that in a second. Fuck, just do the next one. I want to save the whole...
We got tied in.
Yeah, because it's going to all tie together, bro.
Man.
Well, here's what this is, though. Short summary. This is the acceleration of the plan that I've been telling you was going to happen, which is to start a war that they're trying to start. And I will say this. It seems to me that Russia understands that they're trying to instigate some sort of massive fucking thing.
Yeah.
And Russia understands also that massive thing they're trying to instigate is a global conflict of nuclear proportions. All right. And I think we're dealing with some insane psychopathic people in our country who are being paid heavily and guaranteed a spot in the China New World Order to disrupt our plan, to make our country weak, to get us in a war. And I believe they're starting to accelerate the process of the destruction because if you look at Ukraine is accelerating. If you look at the bank thing is accelerating. If you look at the crime shit's getting worse. The border's getting worse. All of these things are starting to accelerate, all right? And the reason they're starting to accelerate, in my opinion, is that because these people are starting to understand that nobody's with them. None of the people are with them. There's not a motherfucker out here that says, oh yeah, except those kids who are being paid, who got paid $200,000 to make TikTok videos talking out their ass about how fucking great Joe Biden is when they don't even know shit about fucking shit. Those kids are going to be labeled forever, and they are going to be fucking have to live with that stigma forever for selling out the actual interests of our country for $200 fucking grand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Russia also understands too that it's not America.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like it's not us.
It's not the people of America.
Not the people.
No, they understand what's going on.
Because if Russia didn't understand that, bro, we would have been leveled months ago.
Bro, listen, this is them trying to accelerate the fucking plan. The plan is to fucking destroy America. That's what the plan is.
Yeah.
They're starting to understand that they cannot fucking win the people back. They're done. So like these people would rather fucking rule over the ashes than to do the right thing and let us prosper. Because this is their whole identity. It's the whole way they make money. It's the whole way they live. It's all they fucking know. And there's fucking 100 of them that are literally ruining our fucking country, which will ruin our lives. That's insane, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's bring this show full circle. Let's get to our third and final headline. Headline number 3. Headline number 3 reads, James Comer subpoenas FBI record alleging criminal bribery scheme involving then VP Joe Biden. So House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer, who's a Republican for Kentucky, has subpoenaed the FBI for records alleging a criminal scheme involving then Vice President Joe Biden, a subpoena obtained by Breitbart News shows. The document, an FBI-generated FD 1023 form, allegedly details an arrangement involving an exchange of money for policy decisions.
Stop right there. Exchange of money for policy decisions.
Quid pro quo. This for that.
Take money, make decisions that weaken America.
Yeah.
That's traitor shit, dude.
It's treason.
That is fucking traitor shit. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So exchange of money for policy decisions between now President Biden and a foreign national. Comer issued a subpoena Wednesday following legally protected disclosures to Senator Chuck Grassley, who is a Republican for Iowa, Chuck Grassley's office. Now, here's the official letter. We have it posted here. Let's dive into what it's saying. It's saying, quote, "We have received legally protected and highly credible unclassified whistleblower disclosures. Based on those disclosures, it has come to our attention that the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation possesses an unclassified FD 1023 form that describes an alleged criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for policy decisions. It has been alleged that the document includes a precise description of how the alleged criminal scheme was employed, as well as its purpose. Based on the alleged specificity within the document, it would appear that the DOJ and the FBI have enough information to determine the truth and accuracy of the information contained within it. However, it remains unclear what steps, if any, were taken to investigate the matter. The significant public interest in assessing the FBI's response to this information, as well as a growing concern about the DOJ and FBI's track record of allowing political bias to infect their decision-making process, necessitate exacting congressional oversight. They conclude the DOJ and the FBI appear to have valuable, verifiable information that you have failed to disclose to the American people. Therefore, Congress will proceed to conduct an independent and objective review of this matter, free from those agencies' influence. Bribery and treason, as we know, are two crimes specifically mentioned in the Constitution as impeachable offenses. Biden could be impeached retroactively following a precedent set by Democrats in their second impeachment trial of President Donald Trump in 2021. Now, of course, White House, they are dismissing it. This headline reads, White House dismisses alleged Joe Biden bribery scheme after Comer demands FBI document. They're completely trying to downplay it. Problem is, the guy that they're using is a fucking idiot. Ian Sams, he's a spokesperson hired to counter Congress oversight and investigations, did not outright deny the merits of the bombshell report, but instead issued statements ripping media coverages of the letter by House Oversight Committee James Comer and Senator Chuck Grassley. This is one of the tweets that Ian Sams put out. He says, quote, "How this innuendo is being covered. AP, the lawmakers used the word alleged 3 times in the opening paragraph. Offer no evidence of the veracity of the accusations or any details. Politico, guaranteed to spark fierce pushback and skepticism. CNN, unverified allegation." And that's all he's doing. He's like that's the response that we're getting from the White House, and that's them downplaying it.
Well, what about the 51 former intelligence officials that said the Hunter Biden laptop was fucking Russian disinformation when they knew it wasn't?
Yeah.
What about the person that organized that? What about, why did they do that? Who built the Steele dossier? Who paid for that? Where'd that come from? All right.
And that's the thing. While all that is going on, behind the scenes, there's always something
that's been proven to be made up.
Been proven.
Proven to be made up, bro. These people made up a fucking document that said President Trump was a Russian asset. And y'all fucking bit it and chewed it for fucking 4 fucking years.
Bro, did you hear the CIA office manager for Russia? You know, they came. Did you hear his comment about the whole thing when they brought the Steele dossier to him to sign their intelligence brief? He said he wouldn't sign it. Well, he said because there's zero evidence. I'm not putting my name on there. There's zero evidence that any of that is true, and that's not Russia's motive. Like, they wouldn't be doing that.
Okay, so they made up this narrative. They pushed it to the American public. The media pushed it. The media likely knew it was fucking bullshit. All right. And then, what's on the laptop? See, everybody's talking about Hunter looking like an idiot on the laptop, right? Like, oh, he's fucking got his dick out and he's smoking crack or whatever the fuck he's doing. But no one's talking about why the laptop was lied about in the first place. And the laptop was lied about in the first place because on the laptop, there's information, apparently, allegedly, that shows this pay-for-play scheme that they're talking about right here. Okay? So what's that? What's that called? When an entire group of people, what do they do to get this job done? What's that called?
Conspire?
Oh, isn't that what they charged the Proud Boys with no evidence in the first clip?
Oh,
okay, so we have an actual conspiracy here. Information was made up, paid for, by the way, political funds. Then it was signed off on by 51 intelligence people, which has now been shown to be a lie. Okay, and what are they conspiring to do, by the way? What is the point of this conspiracy that they're forming?
To keep that information suppressed.
Oh, it's to keep the truth from coming out about the fact that our own president could potentially, and likely is, and it seems to be the case, legitimately fucking compromised by other countries, including China. And then we take our deductive reasoning and we say, well, fuck. Well, let's see what kind of decisions this guy's been making. And let's look at the border. Let's look at crime. Let's look at the causes they get behind a demoralized society, like sexualizing children and transitioning and mutilating children at 8, 9 years old.
Supporting a war in Ukraine.
Supporting a war in Ukraine, sending our tax dollars, draining our strategic oil reserves, draining our military stockpiles. Now, if they're making all those decisions and every single one of the putting drag queens at the face of the recruitment for our own military, if we look at all those decisions, we say, is that good for America or is that bad for America? And anybody who knows anything about at the level we're talking here, everybody should be able to identify this is weakening our country. This is making our country less safe. This is making our country economically vulnerable. This is making our country culturally corrupt. This is making our country a worse place. And these people are taking money, as the document shows, to make decisions in the favor of someone else's interest that is not in this country. So you have a whole bunch of people who conspired together to protect this person, Joe Biden, who is now making decisions without Congress, signing executive orders that have literally fucked our country. And by the way, who do we think is in Joe Biden's ear?
Who's selling them the decisions to make?
Did you notice that they were talking last night about indicting Hunter Biden on all this stuff? Do you know why they were trying to indict him or why they're going to indict him? Because that document will then be sealed within the case of the indictment with Hunter Biden. So now they're going to indict Hunter Biden on all the shit because they can keep that document from coming out in public.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So now what are we talking about? What do you think is actually going on here? You guys think this is all coincidence? You think this is just a dumb old man? He's just dumb? That's what they want you to think. If we were going to run the play as a strategy, and let's say we were the bad guys, and we said, who would be the perfect guy to do this? Well, it would be somebody that's so fucking dumb, that's so old, that he can't even put sentences together so that everybody else will say, that's just good old Joe. Joe's just having a bad day. You know, he is old. He's tired. This is a hard job. It's a lot of stress. And naturally use our compassion to protect them. That's what we're talking about. And we're talking about literal treason. We're not talking about fucking tax crimes.
Yeah, this is sedition.
That's what I'm saying. But they're charging.
But let's charge Proud Boys with it.
Yeah. So, dude, and so what do I think is going on? All of that. And then what else do I think is going on? I think they're done with Joe Biden. Joe Biden has done exactly what he's needed to do. They have recognized that this man cannot win the election. And I think they're going to fucking all turn on him. I believe I've said this on a previous show. They're all going to turn on him and they're going to bring in a new candidate. That new candidate will likely be Michelle Obama.
No. Didn't you just send me something on that too?
Yeah, there was a story that came out. They listened to the show. Somebody fucking said, oh, you know, people should be worried about Michelle Obama. Yeah, no shit, man. Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to come in and they're going to say, Michelle Obama is going to unite people and we're going to bring people together the same way Barack Obama said it. And they're going to try to tell you this story now that, we're going to heal and we're going to bring together and we're going to find common ground and we're going to be on hope and change. And then they're going to get in and they're going to finish us the fuck off. And they're going to do it on the same issues, identity politics, racial division, et cetera, et cetera. So while they've divided it as much as possible, now they're going to come in and say, we need to work together. They're going to give us a real good message that is highly believable, just like they did with Barack Obama. Bro, I didn't vote for Obama, but on his campaign, I was like, fuck, okay, if this guy really does this, he's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came in and he did the exact opposite. And that's what they'll do with Michelle. And they're banking on the far left, the left, and the black vote to say, you know what? I'm going to just vote for her because she's black. And that is fucking the worst reason you could vote for anybody, because they're a race or they're a skin color or they're a sexual orientation. Jean-Pierre, the spokesperson at White House, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Karine.
Yeah. She fucking comes on the stage after Psaki leaves and says, I'm the first gay black woman. No one gives a fuck. Mm-mm. Can you do the fucking job?
And the answer is no.
The answer is no. Bro, you notice how fucking tired she looks?
Oh, she's exhausted.
Bro, you know why she looks so tired? Because she has to go up there every single day and fucking lie to the entire country.
Yeah, she has to go up there knowing the truth.
Yeah.
And then fucking have to deal with other people who know the truth. She's aged
10 years in fucking a year and a half.
No doubt, man.
Bro, these people are fucking criminals. They're going to destroy the country if people do not fucking wake up to what's actually going on. They are going to destroy the country. Rob O'Neill said China's going to destroy us. That's exactly right. And I believe that someone has been telling you that for the last fucking however many years. I believe I've said over and over and over again, it's not gay versus straight. It's not black versus white. It's not Democrat versus Republican. And if you're buying into any of that shit, you're a pawn for them. This is us, the people, versus them, the tyrants. And not every single person up there is a tyrant, but there's about a fucking 1,000 of them that are literally ruining the world. And they will burn the world down and rule over the ashes rather than do the right thing and fucking actually serve the American people. And that should concern you, especially if you have kids. Your kids will grow up in a world that is completely different from the one that we have. And it's not in a good way either.
Guys, tell us what you think in the comments. You guys following along with this? Do you see it any way differently? Let us know in the comments. Guys, with that was our third and final headline. It's time for
what do you think, bro?
Dude, you know what I think. I don't see it any differently. I don't. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible. Like, when you trace back every single fundamental action that has been made by this administration, it all makes fucking sense. It all makes sense. Hunter gets a job with no experience for this big, massive fucking oil company in Ukraine, right? Days later, we're sending hundreds of millions of dollars to Ukraine. Now, this was back in 2016, right? Now you got the guy in president. He's held to continue to support Ukraine because of what was done years ago. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll support your proxy war. Here's billions of dollars. It's all there, man.
Bro, it's not just Ukraine, though.
No, that's what. No,
it's all these things.
It's definitely not just Ukraine.
Like, dude, these things.
But even on just that example alone, that should show you something.
Yeah, but for some reason, people are having trouble connecting all the things.
I think it's because it's all the things.
Yeah,
right?
but
like,
look,
we're being attacked on all fronts of this war.
Okay,
man.
but look, man, if you're the decision maker of a company, right, and you're doing one thing over here and 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 one thing over here, and all of those things point to bad for the company, right? And but good for me getting paid, right? I'm getting a kickback. Like, this happens a lot in business, right? Advertisers will charge you. This is how people fuck up their businesses. Just so you know, you get a little fucking free game here. Advertisers will offer you these amazing packages, right? And they'll say, oh, it's $100,000 or whatever the fuck it is. And they'll say, well, we'll kick you back Super Bowl ticket access or a vacation or even cash, right? So this is a way for ownership of businesses to take things off the books, and advertising companies play along with it. Okay, so think of spending millions of dollars in advertising because your life is getting better, but it's fucking your entire fucking company and all your people and putting your company in a vulnerable position. That's exactly what's happening with the country. All right.
And everybody's on it.
Except it's not just the leader of the company.
Right.
It's like the whole executive team, right? They're all in on it.
Even a few janitors.
That's right. And that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
And dude, let's not forget, after we talk about all this shit that these people are doing, after we talk about all the things happening in Ukraine, all the things happening with the banks, all the things happening at the border, all the things happening with crime, let's not forget the greatest crimes against humanity that have ever been perpetrated on the entire race of humans in the COVID play and the land grab of wealth and letting people die because they were mentioning therapeutics that weren't approved that actually worked, allowing them to die. Like, really think about this. Now countries are coming out. Australia just came out and said, oh, now you can prescribe ivermectin for COVID. Well, yeah, no shit. Everybody knows that. But how many people died in the process of you guys putting people in jail? How many people died alone in their hospital because of these insane rules? How much wealth was accumulated from the middle class across the globe? How much poverty was created? How much death was created? Families had to watch people die over fucking Zoom because of these people. So let's not forget that too. These people are not our friends, and they never have been. This is all designed to push us down into poverty while they maintain their power and everything else that they got going on.
Well, guys, that was our third and final headline. It is time for our final segment of the show. As always, we have thumbs up or dumb as fuck. That's where we show a headline, we go through it. We'll get one of those two tags on it. So with that being said, without further ado, our headline reads, I had to do something. Hero who stopped runaway stroller rolling onto traffic reveals he just finished a job interview at Applebee's when he leaped into action.
I saw this.
Bro,
Hold on.
I've never had so much anxiety in my life.
No, hold on.
Watching this video.
I think this is play the video. Because dude, I got a lot to say about this.
Yeah. So here's the video for you.
The window, man.
Oh, she fell.
Yeah, she fell.
Yeah, they can't get up because they heard like the wheeze so bad.
Oh, you are the man. Lifesaver right there, man. Jeez. Yeah, like they say, perfect timing. At the right place at the right time. See that?
I've never had more anxiety in my life than watching this video for the first time.
What do you think is going on here?
What do you mean?
Are you seeing this the way I'm seeing this?
I'm not sure. How are you seeing it?
I mean, it sure fucking looks like she's faking being able to get up.
Oh, shit. Oh, I got to watch it again. I wouldn't even watch it.
It looks like a movie fall. It looks like it looks fake.
Let's watch it again.
The window, man.
She fell.
Yeah, she fell.
Now your kid is about to roll into fucking traffic, dude.
Oh, you are the man. Lifesaver right there, man. Jeez. Yeah, like they say, perfect timing. At the right place at the right time.
Andy, that's dark.
See that?
Oh, man.
That's how dude, when I first saw this, I saw it on David Harris's page.
Yeah.
When I first saw this, I was like, that is intentional.
Fuck.
You see what I'm seeing?
I mean, I can see how you're seeing it. I can see how you're seeing it.
Dude, either way, if you're incapable of actually functioning as a fucking adult, moving, you shouldn't have your fucking kids.
Yeah.
This person is incapable of being a parent.
Yeah, this is a grandmother, I believe, is what she is.
Then she shouldn't be trusted with kids.
I mean,
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm going to tell you what, it don't look real to me. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It looks weird, dude.
Hmm.
Good for that dude that saved it, though.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting you do say that because they're not talking about the grandmother at all, much, if any, right?
I mean, bro, look at what's going on with mental health in the world.
Yeah.
Look how many people are fucking insane. Look how many people are struggling economically to take care of their families.
There's
Like, bro, did you ever see that fucking video? Did you see that video where the kid fell on the train tracks and then like the woman sort of like pretends to help, and then the guy comes running across the tracks and like shoves the kid off the tracks onto the side.
It happened in New York or something?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I know what
Where
you're
she
talking
was like, the kid's reaching over the edge and she's like reaching, but she's like 4 feet
Barely.
away.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen,
I don't know. It looks weird to me, dude. And
Mental-
if it's not, if it's not if it's not that, I apologize proactively, but like that don't look right.
I mean, it's possible, dude. I don't know. I mean,
My first reaction when I watched it was, holy shit, this woman wants to fucking kill that kid. That's what I thought when I watched it. That was my personal opinion.
yeah. I mean, dude, like they're
Now maybe
shit's hard right now for a lot of people, bro.
I'm just saying.
It's
Maybe it's totally off base.
yeah.
But I keep it real here, dude.
No, it's real shit.
That's what I saw when I saw it. When I saw it, that's what I thought. My immediate gut reaction was, dude, this is intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen.
The only thing that makes me think it's not intentional is that she really did eat shit pretty hard on the first fall.
Yeah.
But like, there was zero urgency to like get after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
It was
with
weird,
you.
dude.
Like, I mean, I don't know how old grandma is, or because like I said, they're not really talking too much about her, but I'm just fucking glad the dude was there.
Yeah, me too.
It's saying that his name is Ron Nessman. The article reads, had previously been homeless for 8 years and had just interviewed at a nearby Applebee's restaurant in Hesperia, California, when he saw the stroller rolling directly toward the main road. Quote, I seen her and I felt so bad for the lady, he told the outlet. I got nephews and nieces and I couldn't imagine something like that. Quote, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I did nothing. I'm just glad I had realized it and was on it. He said he could imagine being in the kind of distress he saw the baby boy's great aunt in at the crisis moment. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I mean, it's an interesting perspective for sure, man. I don't know. What do you, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, it's speculative, right? Like, we don't know. We weren't there.
Yeah,
I
for
wasn't
sure.
there. I can't see her reaction. I don't know how bad her health is. I'm just saying, when I watched the video, when my first gut reaction was like, this is intentional.
I mean, even how far away the stroller is from the car, even initially, right? Like, it's pretty far away from the car to even begin with.
I mean, dude, look, man, I could be completely wrong. It could be totally fucking legit.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to explain is that was my first reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, yeah,
That's what I saw.
I get it. Yeah, what do you guys think? I don't know. I say definitely thumbs up for the guy.
Yeah.
No
Thumbs
doubt.
Up, dude. We need more of that.
And I hope
he does get the job.
I'm about to say, I hope he gets the
kudos
job.
to him for being homeless and saying, you know what? I got to fix my life.
Yeah.
I got to get a job.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this Daily Mail article, like, it went really in depth on the guy, on the hero. I mean, I think it's safe to call him that, right?
Yeah.
That's when he's a farmer truck driver, lost his girlfriend in 2018. The tragedy sent him spiraling into depression. He was homeless for 8 years. He had only recently moved back to Hesperia to reconnect with his family. He's been living with his sister for the last 3 months. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, kudos to that guy.
Hold on. I want to read his quote. He said, I decided to get right. If you want something different in your life, you do something different. And that's where I am today. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that's what the fuck it's about.
That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
There's Ron right there.
He's 100% correct, too. And by the way, all of you guys should learn that lesson now, not when you're 50 years old or whatever this gentleman is.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he's figuring it out. It's fucking amazing.
That's real, man. Well, guys, that was a thumbs up. Andy, that's all I got.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to click subscribe. Hey, if you listen on audio too, go over there and get us a little subscribe. Give us some help there. YouTube's been a whole new experience for us. It's fun. We like it. But we know most of you guys listen on audio. So let us know what you think of the show in the comments. Good, bad, and different. It's all good. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to make the world a better place. I'm not infallible, and neither are you. So let's keep it real. Don't be a hoe.
Share the show.